Hello, students. I am making a recording of our next Onshape drawing. It is the angle V block. So I haven't practiced it. Let's see how good or bad I am today. We'll get it started here. I'm going to share my screen with you. And that on. Okay. I've got Onshape opened up here. Make sure I've got my audio on for you guys. Okay, let's create a new document. And we're going to call it angle V block. All right. So looking at the drawing, how would you start it? Looks like we could do this in two sketches to me. I'm going to start with the base of it on the top plane. So let's go to sketch, pick our top plane as the sketch plane and go to the top plane view. And the next thing we need to decide is how we're going to utilize this XYZ point. That's our three axis intersecting at this point. So we want to use it strategically. So that's going to be the center of the object for me. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to go draw a line here and find my distance out to the center lines. And it looks like to me they're 1 inch in from the corners. So if I took an inch in from each side, the overall 7, right? Minus 2 inches would leave me with 5. So 2.5 inches each direction. So I'm going to draw a line out this way. And L for line, draw a line out this way. We could mirror them, couldn't we, if we focused on one side? So let's think about that a little bit. All right, so I'm going to escape. I'm going to do a deeper dimension. Let's dimension this. We said 2.5, right? And then from there, we need a L for line. We're going up. How far? Looking for the dimensions, looks like it's 1 inch in from the edge of our object, which is overall it's 5 inches. So if we subtracted 2, that leaves us with 3, 1.5 inches up. So here I go. It's got to be perpendicular. D for dimension. And here is my line. We said 1.5 inches, 1.5. Okay. And L for line. Coming down 1.5. D for dimension. 1.5. That's our center points for our circle. So C for circle. I'm going to draw a circle here and another circle here. And how big are they? Looks like there are 4 of them and they're diameter 0.75. So D for dimension. Click on our circle, 0.75. And same with the other one, 0.75. All right. So we said we could mirror, but to mirror, we need a mirror line, right? So let's go L for line. And we know this is the center of our object, right? So we'll put it right there. Let's go to our mirror command right there. You may have to find it by dropping down a menu, right? But mine's in the menu. So mirror. Pick the mirror line first that you're going to mirror across, and then the objects that you want to mirror. All right, there are our 4. Okay. So from there, we could do a 2-point rectangle to get our object, right? So I'm going to pick out here, and I'm going to go a 2-point rectangle, and then we'll see if we can constrain it with dimensions. All right, so D for dimension, and it looks like half of 7 would, well, let's size this first. Let's go 7 inches here, right? By 5 inches are our dimensions. Okay, now we need to center it on this point, right? So D for dimension from this center point to this line. What happened? I'm still in another command. Something going on here. Escape. D for dimension. I'm going to pick on my line and then my center point. And then we know half of 7 is 3.5, is pretty close to centered, wasn't it? 3.5. Okay. And then I should center it vertically. So from this line to that point should be half of 5 is 2.5. All right. And it should all be constrained, centered, ready to extrude, right? So let's finish our sketch. Let's take an ISO view and we are going to extrude this object. And how thick is it? You see the dimension? There it is, 0.5. 0.5. All right, there it is. Let's go. Let's see what we need to do next. Here's the part that I probably should have practiced. I know we need this top part rotated. So the front plane, we need to rotate 45 degrees. And then we're ready to draw. And we're going to extrude it symmetrically both directions. And we're done. All right. So let's see if we can get this plane going. I'm going to, what am I going to do? Sketch. I'm not sure if I need to start a new sketch. Let's, okay, I need to finish my extrusion for sure. Okay, and I'm wondering if I can rotate the front plane, if it will let me do it. So I picked on it, I'm gonna right click. We don't need to offset plane. Let's see what the offset will let us do if it has a rotate to it as well. Down arrow. Mid-plane curve point. Nope, doesn't look like we've got a rotation possibility there. So I'm gonna nix that. Let's go to our, I believe this is our plane menu. Let's pick plane. See what our options are. Flip, normal, distance, line angle. Ooh, that's probably important, isn't it? Point. I'm gonna try it. Let's go with this line angle and see what we get here. Degrees. We're gonna go 45. I don't have a line yet, so this will be interesting. 45, and let's pick this plane and see what happens. Front plane, 45-degree angle. Let's try it. Nothing happened. Just my luck. Okay, so maybe we've got a, and I don't see anything. Yeah, it did add a plane here, so that's not what I want. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to try sketching from this front plane. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the plane command. It's not going to give it to me. I'm in trouble. So evidently I can't have the plane command when I am in sketch mode. All right, so let's figure this out. Plane, front, show constraints. Image panel configuration. Do. I'm in trouble, guys. I'm in trouble. So here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to draw a line from our center point. L for line. Draw a line up. That's going to be our rotation line. Let's see if that will work for us. So if there's nowhere to pick a plane command. Nope. So I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to go to 3D mode again, and I am looking for our plane again. So we're going to go plane and plane type, line angle. So I'm going to go that line, and my angle needs to be 45. Return. Hey. The good guys win, right? But let's look at this. I believe I need that to be a negative 45, don't I? Because it's rotated the other way. So let's try that. Let's put a negative in there. All right, so that's my plane I need to draw on. Okay, so I'm going to finish this plane and it stays there. So now I've got a sketch plane that I can draw on if I can pick it. I need that plane right there. Why is it not letting me have it? Be nice. Come on. Oop. Right there. Okay. So I am now I need to look at that plane, don't I? So how do I rotate this thing to look at that plane? I've got some work to do. Shaded, fit view, isometric, shaded view. It'd be nice if I could look at the plane. Section view, highlight, draft, hidden edges, shaded, zoom, fit window. Not helping. Okay, that's close enough for us to draw, right? So now I need to draw on this object. So I need to draw an L for line from our start point to this surface. What if I drew it? It's not snapping to it, right? So everything starts from there. So I'm going to draw it nice and long, and then I'll do a D for dimension to get that point. Okay, and I know that that thickness of the base is 0.5, right? Okay, now I've got my start point to draw this object. So L for line. From here, what's it tell us? It's 3 inches, so I could go 1.5 inches, couldn't I? And it's a symmetrical object, so I'll be able to mirror the other half. So I'm going to go 1.5 inches, and we'll dimension here in a little bit. And it's 2.5 tall, so I'll go close. Okay, and then we're coming over 0.25. Then it's at an angle, right? And it comes down parallel and then over, and then we'll trim it later. Okay, so that's my shape. Let's start dimensioning. Yeah, D for dimension. We know that this line is supposed to be half of 3, 1.5. Okay, This line is 2.5. Okay, and this line is 0.25. Okay. This line is at a 45 degrees. Okay. So if I were to pick on that line and that line, I can now get my 45 in there. Okay, that's good. I'm wondering 3 inches. Okay, so I don't have this in the right place, right? What if I were to, let's escape. I'm going to delete these 2 lines and just redraw them. This is too long. So let's see here. What if I were to do L for line and pick on this point? Yeah, I'm going to escape and delete this line. Delete. And I'm going to delete this one. And yeah, I need to go L for line. The book tells me from here, we're coming up 0.75. Okay, then we're coming out half of 0.25, right? And then it goes up for our intersection. This needs to be a parallel line, vertical. All right, so that should get me where I'm going. Let's do a D for dimension again. That's supposed to be 0.75. What? I don't know why it turned red. It's saying I don't need it. So let's escape and delete that. And so this line should be okay. I want to do a D for dimension. I was over constraining. So half of 0.25 is what? Half of a quarter is an eighth, and an eighth is 0.125. Okay, and then from there, we just found our intersection. So we need to trim. M for trim is the quick key. Escape M for trim. Why is it not picking it? There we go. It was trying to catch up. All right, there we go. So now we're ready to mirror the other half, right? Extrude and we're done, guys. Woohoo! Okay, so mirror. There is no quick key for mirror, so I'm going to pick my mirror command. I'm going to pick my mirror line, right? And then we start picking what we want to mirror. That line, that line, that line, that one. And zooming in, that one. Did we get it? It's not shaded over here yet, so we need to mirror this one as well. Now we're shaded. Now we're ready to extrude. We did it. Okay, so finish the sketch. I'm going to go to ISO view. And I need to extrude symmetrically this shape and this shape. Okay, and how deep? What's it say? 2.75. I think we're done, people. All right, I'm going to leave it with you from there. You got to put it in the title block and dimension it, right? What else? Yeah, when you put it in the title block, I need to see all visible lines, all hidden lines, all center lines. Then we add our dimensions on the 3 views, starting with the circles first and the angles on the view that show them, right? And then we go to the smallest dimensions next on the view that shows the true shape. And then we add the overall dimensions to help us balance the three views with dimensions. Okay, hey, good luck with it. I'm going to leave you there.